Right, so in this tutorial we're going to look at using the cosine rule to find an angle. If you've already watched the tutorial on the sine rule to find an angle, we were talking about how you can instantly notice when you're using cosine rule to find an angle because you have all three sides. So if you have all three sides and you're asked to find an angle, you're instantly thinking cosine rule, which is also a good way to rule out if you're wondering whether you should use the cosine rule or the sine rule. If you don't have all three sides, you won't be able to use the cosine rule. So here we're going to try and find this one that is shaded. So I'm just going to label these A, B and C for now. And just use this in the most straightforward way. We'll go through this one, a slightly trickier question, and then a non-calculator question on this. So to find this angle, we've already decided we want to use the cosine rule because we've got all three sides. Again, just be careful, we're going to use this one, cos A, rather than the one for the sine. So copying down that, I've got cos A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. So this is actually set up exactly right because A is the angle we're looking for and this has cos A. So I'm just going to label the other side. So this is A, B and C. So substituting in, cos A equals b squared, which is 7.5 squared, plus c squared, which is 4 squared, minus, and that's why you just need to be really careful that whichever angle you're looking for, the side that's opposite it, 9.3, is the one that's the minus there, the minus 9.3 squared. So just be really careful with which order you're putting them in. It does actually matter that the one that's the minus is the one that corresponds with that angle. Over 2 times B and C, 7.5 and 4. So cos A equals 7.5 squared plus 4 squared minus 9.3 squared. Oh, I haven't used the fraction button, but I'll just press equals, divided by 2 times 7.5 times 4. So you're going to end up with something that's got a lot of decimals. So you're just going to write 0.237 ... but leave it in your calculator there because A, like we've done with the sine rule, is going to be inverse whatever this is, 2.37 ... So if you leave it in your calculator, then you can just press shift cos to get inverse of cos, and then A and S at the bottom to get shift cos that answer, inverse sine cos of that answer. A is 103.729 ... So the angle is 103.7 degrees. And that's you use the cosine rule to find an angle. I'm going to do 2 more examples. So the next one I'm going to do, I'll just leave it there for a moment while I get some paper, is this one at the bottom. So it says in triangle PQR, PR equals 10 centimetres, QR 4 centimetres, so it's already marked that in, and the perimeter of the triangle is 22 centimetres. Find the side of the angle PQR. So we know we can't use the cosine rule until we have all three sides, but the good thing is we've been told the perimeter is the whole way round, so 10 plus 4 plus something is 22. 10 plus 4 is 14, 22 minus 14 is 8. So this one here must be 8 centimetres. So you just need to work that out first, and then you can use the cosine rule. So we have all three sides now. You can use the cosine rule to find an angle. So first of all, I'm just going to copy it down exactly as it was in the formula sheet, which was cos A equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. Now here we don't have A, B and C, we have R, P and Q. We can label R, P and Q. So I don't want you to get too caught up in the letters. Let's just look at the one that we're looking for. Find the size of the angle PQR. So PQR, that's going to be angle Q. So we are just going to replace, instead of cos A, I'm going to write cos Q. I'm not going to change the other letters here. All I know is that Q, the side Q, is going to be this one instead of A. So cos Q equals, right, Q, this one we're going to leave till the end. The 8 and the 4 we're going to use now. cos q equals 4 squared plus 8 squared minus, double check, is it the opposite the angle you're looking for? Yes, minus the 10 squared over 2 times 4 times 8. Cos q equals, I'll use the fraction button this time, so 4 squared plus 8 squared minus 10 squared over 2 times 4 times 8 equals, and again we have, well, it's negative 0.3125. So Q is going to be inverse cos of that. Shift cos answer. We end up with Q equals 108 point, sorry, I don't know if you could see that on the calculator there, 108.209 dot dot dot. So our angle is going to be 108.2 degrees. And that gives you the cosine rule again, and you've did a little bit of extra problem solving because you had to find this 8 centimetres first before you could use it. Right, I'm going to do one more example now, which is a non-calculator example. So non-calculator, in triangle ABC, show that cos B is 5/9. So we've not been asked for the angle, which is what the clue is here. We've been asked to just get to the point where we've got cos B equals something. So we don't actually need a calculator to do the inverse cos bit, which is important. So writing it out as normal, we have cos A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared. So I'm just copying it down exactly from the formula sheet. Now we do have A, B and C, so this is where you've just got to be really careful that you're using the right ones. I'm going to show you now if we were to rewrite this, or you can do it the way I've done the last two where you just start substituting numbers in. But cos B, we know we're going to use the other two sides here, would be A squared plus C squared minus B squared. Because that A squared matched that A, cos B, B squared, over 2AC. So I've just rewritten the formula with the letters the way that we would like it. So cos B equals A squared, which is 6 squared, plus 3 squared, minus 5 squared, over 2 times A, which is 6, times C, which is 3. Right, let's start evaluating that. So cos B equals 6 squared is 36, 3 squared is 9, minus 25, over 2 times 6 is 12, times 3 is 36. Alright, we're getting closer to cos B equals something. 36 plus 9, 45, minus 25 is 20, over 36. We're so close to the point where we need to be with cos B equals 5/9. So we just, hopefully this is going to simplify. So you can see that we can divide top and the bottom both by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 36 divided by 4 is 9. And you've got to the point where cos B equals 5/9 as required. Right, you are ready to use the cosine rule to find an angle.